Good afternoon, Year 5. Notice I didn't stay Year 6. Welcome to today's science lesson. We are going to be having a look at different topics for science, and today we're going to be looking at irreversible changes. So let's get started. So before we start, make sure you have everything you need. You're going to need a pen, a pencil, and your book to write in. Make sure that's in front of you. Then when you're ready, I want you to write the date, which is Tuesday the 2nd of June 2020, and your learning intention to understand irreversible changes. Stop the video while you do that. Okay, so irreversible. This means that when you change something in some way, you can never get it back to how it was. So examples of irreversible changes are heating, mixing, burning, and rusting. So I'd like you to pause the video and write the definition of irreversible in your books. So do that now. Okay, so what happens when you heat up an egg? So an egg has a yolk and the egg white round the edge. So here I've mixed the egg yolk and the egg white, and you can see it's a liquid. So I can't get the egg yolk and the egg white back to its original state. So that's called an irreversible change. When you cook the egg, if you cook the egg in the frying pan, the white becomes a solid, and that is called a chemical reaction. You can't reverse this process and get your egg back. So in general, the properties of a cooked egg are completely different compared to the properties of a raw egg, and you'll see that with scrambled egg as well. The changes cannot be reversed. So do you understand? Okay, so a quick recap. Mixing the egg white and egg yolk is irreversible. Frying an egg is a chemical reaction change. The egg white becomes a solid. So in general, the properties of the cooked egg are completely different to the properties of a raw egg. I think I'd like you to stop the video and write that down in your book, please. Okay, so let's have a look at the sweet potato. So what happens when you heat sweet potatoes? If you look at a sweet potato, you'll see it's like a round, hard object. It will be very hard to eat it raw. But when you cook it, it becomes soft and mushy and easy to digest. So that is because when you cook the potato in hot water, the starch granule inside the potato, it swells up and it absorbs some of the water, thus making the potato soft and easier for you to eat. So you will never be able to change it back into the hard potato that it was before cooking. So that is called an irreversible change. I wonder, Blue Zone Group, could you answer this question? Why do potatoes soften and eggs harden when you cook them? Stop the video and answer that question now. The rest of you will go straight on to the recap. Okay, another quick recap. Cooking a sweet potato is a chemical change because you cannot change it back to its original state. It is called an irreversible change. Write that down in your books, please. Now, let's have a look at what happens when you place bread in front of a heat source. We're going to have a look at the changes. Is it reversible or is it irreversible? So here I have a slice of bread. Nothing done to it, it's just a slice of wholemeal bread. If you look at it, it's quite holy, it's soft, and it's quite easy to tear. So it's a slice of wholemeal bread. Okay. When I put it in the toaster, it comes out like this. What do you notice first? Notice the colour. It's quite dark, isn't it? It's quite dark, it's quite hard, it sounds crispy, and it's quite tough to break. So if I put this slice of bread back into the toaster, would it go back to this? No. Well done, it wouldn't. And this is called an irreversible change, because this bread, once toasted, becomes this different material, and it will never be able to go back to this bread. So this is an irreversible change. Okay, Year 5, your task for today is, with adult support only, is you are going to try the bread in the toaster experiment to look for irreversible changes. So the first thing I want you to do is take your slice of bread, have a look at it. What does it feel like? What does it look like? Make these notes in your book and draw a small picture just to illustrate. When you've done that, you can toast your bread with adult support because it will be hot. When your bread pops out of the toaster, what has happened to it? How is it different from before you put it in the toaster? Have a look, have a feel, write it down in your book, draw a picture. Can the toast be reversed to its original state? Why is this? Make sure you write your answers in your book, ready to send into your email. Okay, the Blue Zone group, if you are allowed and with adult support, try the egg experiment and then write that up in your book as well. Okay, so off you go. So well done. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I'd like you to send all your completed work to year5@grange.school.uk. You know that off by heart by now. And I really look forward to seeing all the good work that you can produce next week. And look out for shout outs as well. Okay. Thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.